A journey to 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Suzan Prima, a Ugandan entrepreneur who started small selling products to her classmates at school, started up an enterprise dealing in food trade, exporting food to Canada. Her success in this business was driven by courage and determination. She shares her story on how she managed to thrive in this business.
We deal in a lot of products from Uganda to Canada. Outside of exporting food to our clients in different parts of the world, we also supply food locally. We supply foods to restaurants, some hotels. The dry produce we supply to some stores within Kampala and parts of Western Uganda, and also Eastern Uganda. I started this business with inspiration to want to market Uganda to North America. When I first relocated to Canada, of course, the first thing I did was try to go to school, and the perspective about African countries, African people, like some people I would talk to had no idea about Uganda. Some of them would say they've never heard about Uganda. So I would always be talking about the good things that we have in Uganda, you know, the skills and the good food and stuff like that. So I started coordinating with small scale, like talented people down here who produce really things that were very appreciative, like craft bags, you know, sandals, you know, jewelry and stuff like that. So I would do small shipments, you know, and I would sell them to my clients, to my classmates, who then later became my clients. So I then decided to do my research into the food market down here, because I always believed that Uganda is rich, like blessed with, you know, abundance of food. So I was like, what happens if I could get, you know, quality food down here and try to export it to Canada? And I registered the business and I started doing trial shipments of food. I started, you know, looking into what foods do Ugandans eat that could also be close to the continental, you know, kind of foods that people like.
With her dedication, Suzan has acquired more knowledge and skills through research and interacting with different farmers, which has made it easier for her to understand the business better.
I work with a team of farmers down here, of course, following the guidelines of Ministry of Agriculture. So I work with farmers down here who produce, like, you know, the green bananas. Over there we call them green bananas, which is the matoke. I do the apple bananas, which are the sweet little bananas. And then I do passion fruits, garden eggs, which I think here we call lentula. Yes, and I also sometimes venture into dry foods like the beans. Our food is very nutritious. Like when people eat it, they don't want to buy the other foods.
However, in any business, there are always unforeseen circumstances which hinder its growth, but Suzan has been able to overcome them.
Well, doing business across the region is something I would say it's interesting, but it has its own challenges. And when you're hit by the challenges, it's big. You realize that there's a lot of discriminatory like rates, shipping rates, and they're not reliable. Like this month you can ship at like a good rate and then next month it's something else. And now with the COVID situation, they also have like extra charges that they put in, and they will tell you this is because of COVID. So these are things that we cannot control. If government can step in and talk to the airlines or work together with the airlines. I've actually reached out to some government offices and I'm like, look here, we're saying we want to market Uganda to the diaspora. You need to support us. Some of us are out here ready to do the job, but there are areas where we need you to step in, because where we feel manipulated in terms of prices and rates, and sometimes you may have a situation with the airline where your food delays. And these are perishable foods. And by the time you receive them in Canada, the food has perished. It's gone to waste. But you can't even fight, that battle, especially for some of us who are small scale exporters. So you find that you make profits, maybe 3 shipments, and then 1 shipment goes down. And then also some of our farmers down here are not trained to the level that they can meet the quality, the international quality. So what we try to do trainings to bring them to the standard where they can now like prepare for us food that is top-notch quality, but you find that sometimes there's no consistency.
Value addition is another concept that she has used to deliver better quality products.
I'm doing my basic research on how I can add value to the products that we already have here and make them very attractive for the local market here and also for the international market. You need to put a product out there that even when a client pays money for it, they actually appreciate what they are taking.
Suzan shares some of the principles that have helped her thrive in this business.
Personally, quality comes first before anything else. For Africa Heaven, like, we really put quality before anything else, because if our clients take our products and the quality is good, then they will always come back, then they will always refer us to other clients.
She shares some of the fruitful yields that she has been able to achieve from this business.
To me, it's an achievement seeing that we are now trying to explore other markets. The experience that we have gained over time in this business, it's like I understand the business now like the back of my hands. And me seeing, the farmers, as we train the farmers, you see, the hope and the joy on their faces. For me, that's an achievement.
This is where she sees herself in a few years to come.
I dream to one day have like big storage units that are accessible to other farmers as well, so that we avoid waste. I'm very interested in us being able to process our products down here in Uganda, but to the quality that is export quality.